Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today's sit a while, for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 6 as part of the Ottawa Senators. Before I get into the game per se, I just want to mention something real quick. I had one of my monitors die on me yesterday night, so I have replaced it with a tiny TV right now. Obviously the resolution and everything is off, so I kind of had to switch things around on how I'm set up. So everything is on reverse for me right now. Everything that used to be on the left side is on the right side and whatnot. So I'm only mentioning it in case I get really more confused than usual or something like that. You're gonna know where it's coming from. I'm just, I've been doing this series for 3 or 4 months now, so 3 or 4 months of having my brain being used to having things on one side and then it ends up being on the other. It can be a little bit confusing, so I apologize in advance if I seem off or something because of that. So no worries. So I have a monitor on the way, should be here tomorrow. Now of course tomorrow is very relative because by the time you listen to this, it might already be here, so it might not even be much of a problem after that. So that's pretty much it. About that. Everything else, of course, is going to have to do with the game, and we're getting into that right now. So I took a look at things prior to shooting the video like I tend to do. Marian also is still not happy with me, so I am going to need to trade him. That makes me very, very, very disappointed. I'm also, like I said, going to try to trade Ron Extall, and we're gonna see what happens here. Now I'm not just gonna take anybody for Marianosa. Now a funny thing is that I was looking at who is on the trade block, and the most talented player on the trade block right now is Steve Duchesne. So I say that it's funny because those of you who know Ottawa Senators history, Steve Duchesne is the guy that scored the game-winning goal in the game that was sending us to the playoffs for the very first time. So if I were to make a trade with Colorado to get Steve Duchesne, which I kind of tinkered around with, but then, they were telling me, well, we don't want to trade Steve Duchesne. So I was like, okay, well, he's on the block, and now you're telling me you don't want to trade him. Anyway, so, but that would be kind of funny if I could get Steve Duchesne and he brings us to the playoff like it happened in real life. That would be kind of funny, I thought. Anyway, so, well, that's pretty much where we're at. Steve Duchesne is the best player available on the trade market right now. He's somewhat interesting, but like I said, I'm not sure that I could trade for him because, one-on-one, Osa for Duchesne, it was telling me that there was no way that trade was going to go through, and Colorado was like, well, we don't want to trade Steve Duchesne. He's only been with us for a short time. Yeah, right. He's been with you for like 6 years now. Anyway, so let's try to... Yeah, I was going the other way again. So, yeah, that might be fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and try and see what we can get for Ron Extall. So I'm going to shop player. Are you sure you wish to shop Ron Extall? Yes. Because I do not want to lose him for nothing. I have a lot of offers. So the Maple Leafs are offering me Dave Ellett, and I am going to have to decline that. 8 years ago, I probably would have taken Dave Ellett, but right now, no. I am not doing that. The Blackhawks are offering me Yuri Hemelev, which again, I don't think I'm going to do that. Rangers are offering me Luciano Borsato. No thanks. Stars, Randy Burridge. The well-traveled Randy Burridge. I'm gonna have to decline. Troy Alone, no, I'm not gonna do that. You passed him on waivers earlier and I didn't pick him up then. Oh, Tom Barrasso for Ron Extall. Very similar goaltender, maybe. Maybe just, you know, to get a change of pace or something. Rick Zombo, I'm gonna have to say no. Todd Illick, yeah, not gonna say yes to that. The Canucks are offering me Kirk McLean. Again, I could say yes just to, you know, change things. Looks like I might be trading for a goaltender or something. Mike Vernon. Wow. They're all offering me similar, you know, similar type of around the same age goaltender that yeah, if I'm gonna take a goaltender, I'm gonna go with Barrasso or McLean. I'm not gonna go with Mike Vernon. Islanders, Dan Lacouture, no thank you. Chris Terreri, yeah, no. Pat Flatley, no. Michelle Reason, no. Chris Dahlquist, nope. Too old. I mean, I know I'm offering an old goaltender, so I'm not expecting to get a young player that's, you know, that has a lot of potential. Oh, Paul Di Pietro. Wow. No. Blaine Laker. No. You've been going with Blaine Laker as your starter, and look at your record. I'm not doing that. Alright, so I can get either Tom Barrasso or Kirk McLean for Ron Extall. Now, I know that it's kind of trading, you know, 4 quarters for $1 or something, but I need a change in net. Kirk McLean is 2 years younger, so maybe I could go with him, I guess. I mean, he's very similar in talent. They're very similar goaltenders, but Kirk McLean is also playing a little bit better this year, so I see it as a very slight upgrade. I really didn't have a whole lot of great offers for him anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes to Kirk McLean. Alright, so that's done. Kirk McLean is now part of the Ottawa Senators. Ooh, probably should have looked at the contract situation for him, huh? I still have him for 3 years. Alright. Well, it is what it is. Who knows? By the time that contract expires, he's going to be pretty much the same age as Ron Extall anyway. I just hope he's not going to decline further. I mean, I wasn't going to win that trade much, I wouldn't think. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with Marian Hossa. But I might not accept a trade just yet. I might leave him on the trade block and see what else trickles in later. Sometimes the offers are better when you let them kind of come in naturally. But I'm still going to go ahead and see what I could get for him. Alright. Ooh, Montreal's offering me Saku Koivu. It's a shame. Koivu was a good player. He was very poorly surrounded in Montreal, and he had, of course, that eye injury and cancer. So that guy was not very lucky. You know what? Montreal, so I don't want to trade Osa to a team that's going to be in my division, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. Nikolai Borchevsky, really? Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. Get out of here. Stop insulting me. Glenn Murray. Glenn Murray was a decent player, could score some goals, maybe. I'd rather, again, it's kind of the same situation, I'd rather not trade to somebody in my division. Derek Armstrong, really? Get out of here. And yes, I am going to be metagaming for a trade like that. Brendan Morrison, that's interesting. They traded Tony Amonte for him. Maybe. Kings are offering me Kimmo Timonen. Pretty good defenseman. Maybe I prefer getting a forward too. Ulf Dallin, I don't think so. I mean, he's still decent, but he's old. No. Michael Andzus, it's more like a third line center. I don't really need that right now. Brian Campbell, okay, well, he was a pretty good defenseman. Josh Olden, yeah, I don't think so. Wow, look at all that potential for Josh Olden. Yeah, I don't think so. I doubt that he's going to reach his potential. Yes, I'm metagaming, I know. I try to not do it too much, but it is Mariano Hossa. Wow, Johnny Van Dyke. If he was a couple years younger. Very tempting. Very tempting. JP Dumont. He was an okay player, but I don't think I'm going to go for JP Dumont. Claude Lemieux. No, too old. Love the type of player, too. I like a pest that can play. Hence why I like Brady Tkachuk so much. Andrew Brunette, yeah. I'm going to pass on Andrew Brunette. He was a decent player, but Miroslav Shatan, kind of the same thing. Decent player, but not going to go for him. Craig Adams, nope, nope, nope. Chris Draper, nope. Alexei Kudashov, really? I know you don't have much to offer me, but don't insult me. Pavel Kubina, Dariana Hatcher, 25-year-old. Maybe. I don't think so, but Kenny Janssen. I was a big Kenny Janssen fan until his career got derailed, but I don't think so. Alright, so Saku Koivu. Tempting, but nah. Brendan Morrison, Kimmo Timonen, Brian Campbell. Oh, I want to get Johnny Van Dyke. Oh boy, he's 31. He may still have a few good years. I mean, I have to trade Mariano Hossa. Johnny Van Dyke is 4 stars. Saku Koivu is good, but he plays in my division. So I'm gonna say no. And I'm gonna say no to Glenn Murray for the same reasons. Brendan Morrison is a playmaker. Kimmo Timonen, I always liked Kimmo Timonen. Yeah, I'm not gonna get Brian Campbell. Plays in my Buffalo plays in my division. Alright, that goes against all of my usual parameters and everything, but I'm gonna get the older player in the trade. And I'm gonna trade Mariano Hossa for Johnny Van Dyke. I am hoping that Nieuwendyk can, stay a 4-star player for at least a couple of years to make it worth my while. And I am shipping Mariano Osa to the west where he's not going to be hurting me so much. Oh god, Mariano Osa, I wanted for you to be a senator for life. Alright, so I made the trade because I'm not sure I would have gotten better than Joe Nieuwendyk in a trade offer later. And funny enough, we are playing the Flames twice in the first 3 games of the month. So Nieuwendyk's gonna get to put it to his old team. I have a bunch of other players that I have put on the trade block. They are all the guys that I am not going to be re-signing anyway, so I'm checking to see if I can get absolutely anything in exchange for them. So let's play. It's been a while already. Oh god, yes. This video is going to be a little long. I apologize for that. Took me a while to go through my trade proposals. So let's get going. We are playing the Flames. First game in March. The Flames are 22-30-6, so they are not doing too good. We just traded them Mariano Osa, in case you weren't paying attention. That's what I've been doing for the last 10 minutes or so. So Osa's gonna be there playing for them, and we took away Joe Nieuwendyk from them. So let's get going. Alright, so Joe Nieuwendyk becomes my first line center, and then Yashin slides to second line with Sillinger on the third and Jamie Baker on the fourth. I like that line of center a lot better than what I used to have. Let's get going. Go Sens go. We need wins, as we know the situation for the playoffs were a few points ahead. And we're going with Kirk McLean, going with, his Canucks jersey. Oh, Joe Nieuwendyk is wearing the right jersey, so that's good. I wonder if it's because I'm playing against the Flames. Right, so our 2 new acquisitions are playing right now. And we won 5-2. Kirk McLean, welcome to Ottawa. Thank you for the win. Alright, so shots on goal were 29 apiece, so nobody was really a winner there. We had 4 giveaways, they had 1, so those are very low numbers, nothing to worry about there. Zardy Zalapski was the first star of the game with a goal and 2 assists. Joe Nieuwendyk, welcome to Ottawa, had a goal and 2 assists. And Alexei Yashin had a goal and an assist and was the 3rd star. So Zardy Zalapski opened the scoring on the power play from Roman Hamrlik and Joe Nieuwendyk. Alexander Degg on the power play from Joe Nieuwendyk and Zardy Zalapski. Then Norm McIver from Alexei Yashin and Tomas Holmstrom. Alexei Yashin from Alfredson and Zalapski, and Joe Nieuwendyk scored from Peltonen and Bill Guerin. Alright, pretty good results to start. And Joel Otto got suspended in that game against us. He is going to miss 6 games. Alright, so we were 3-5 in February. Rod Brydon's still happy. He's probably very motivated after the trades I made. Oh, and I got a star player, so let's see if our attendance is gonna go up now in the next home game. King Star Rex, one-of-a-kind car. Rob Blake. Yeah, you gotta be careful to your car, man. Alright, so Kirk McLean wants number 1. That's yours. Thank you, buddy. And Joe Nieuwendyk wants number 25. It is yours. There you go. How long do I have Nieuwendyk for? Oh, that's his last year. I'm gonna need to re-sign him. Actually, I'm going to offer him a contract right now. Before I forget, because I have been known to have that happen. You know what? I'm going to give you what you want. With free agents, I'm going to... With actual free agents, I'm going to kind of negotiate and everything, but a guy of Nieuwendyke's caliber and everything, I'm just gonna give him what he wants. Alright, now we are going to advance that. Barry Melrose angry at local media over Los Angeles coverage. So I guess the Kings have been struggling. They still have a good record, though. 30, 23, and 6. That's pretty good. I guess they're on a little bit of a losing streak because that news only happens when teams are losing repeatedly. Alright, so... Yeah, Joe Nieuwendyke is staying, and then there's been a trade between the Kings and the Red Wings. So Detroit is sending Jeff Finley and Trent Yawney over... the Kings are sending Jeff Finley and Trent Yawney to the Red Wings for Mike Eastwood and Chris Hacht. So I would say that Mike Eastwood is the best player in that trade, more than likely. So... yeah, not a big trade. Definitely not like Osa for Nieuwendyke. So we have officially made the biggest trade that this universe has seen so far. That beats the Morrison for Amante trade for sure. Right, need to advance that. Damon Lenko back from suspension. No further action needed for Mikael Renberg, so he's not suspended. And Brian McCabe is feeling better, so he might be back in the lineup. Alright, we are back at home after today, and we are playing against the Avalanche. So I did not get Steve Duchesne after all. So that happened, and then... oh, so John Slaney and Yaroslav Upsut are going to the Red Wings, and Yuri Dopita and Denis Hamel are going to the Canadiens. Interesting. Denis Hamel was in the Sens organization for a little while, and he was the perfect example of a player that's too strong for the American Hockey League, but just couldn't quite put it together at the NHL level. He also had a time where he got really crushed, a huge hit, and I want to say that it was Dion Phaneuf from Calgary that made the hit, but I could be wrong. I just remember Denis Hamel basically making a full flip in the air after he got hit, and I'm pretty sure it was Dion, but I wouldn't swear my life on it. Alright, so we are playing against the Avalanche. Avalanche have a good record of 34, 24, and 5. We have won the first game of the season in Colorado against them, 3-2. Now we are back at home. We have new players. We feel good about ourselves. And we're sending Guilbert. They are sending Craig Billington in net. So Craig Billington of previous Sens fame. And let's see if we can win this. And we won 4-2. Alright. The trades are working for us right now. Alright, so Colorado completely outshot us 42-26. So some things do not change despite a trade. And the attendance is pretty much what it always has been. So 8,693. It's in 98. The internet is just in its infancy, so maybe there's some people that didn't hear about the fact that we got Joe Nieuwendyke on the team. Giveaways, 7 for Colorado, 6 for us. And the first star of the game was Tomas Holmstrom with a goal and an assist. Andrei Kovalenko for Colorado was the second star with a goal, and Guilbert, third star with 40 saves. So let's see. Holmstrom from Hammerlick and Yashin. Selinger from Matt Cullen and Vili Peltonen, Halfredson from Nieuwendyke and Kelly Johansson, and Bill Guerin from Yashin and Tomas Holmstrom. So pretty good game again. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so Corey Schwab is available. I am not going to get him. Teemu Selanne is back from suspension. I forgot he was suspended in Phoenix. He's not the type of player you would expect to be suspended much. Right, and we are playing against Calgary. Of course, we just beat them 5-2 in Calgary at the start of the month. So let's see if we can beat them again. This time at home. I am hoping that Nieuwendyk can have another great game against his former team. And I'm hoping that Kirk McLean can beat the Flames again. And it's another 5-2 win, so... Look at it. Look at us. God, if that keeps up, I'm gonna start getting excited. Alright, so shots were dead even at 31 apiece. Giveaways, Calgary gave up the puck 7 times. We only gave it away once, so that might have played a part there. Alexander Degg had a good game, 2 goals and an assist. That's pretty good. Joe Nieuwendyk, second star, 2 goals and an assist as well, so he's been pretty good against his former team. And Brian McCabe, third star with 2 assists. So Degg from McCabe and Sillinger, and then Degg again on the power play from Nieuwendyk and Loney Loach. And then Nieuwendyk from Peltonen and Zalewski. Marian Osa scored his first NHL goal against us. And then Per Juice from Alexander Degg and Brian McCabe, and Nieuwendyk on the power play again from Yashin and Loney Loach. So, pretty good game all in all. We are on a little roll here. I like that. Ray Bourque has a great game. He had 4 assists against the Blackhawks. So, Ray Bourque, of course, was one heck of a defenseman. Suspension for Thomas Sandstrom. That's the second time this season that Sandstrom is suspended, I believe. This time it's for 6 games. Strong game for Tony Amonte, now playing for the Devils. He had a hat-trick against his former team, against the Rangers, 3 goals. Shanahan not suspended this time. He was suspended earlier this season. I remember because he was out for both of the games we played against St. Louis, and I was not sad about that. Looks good here, so let's advance that. We're not getting any offers for players that are on the trading block. Alexei Zamnov in Phoenix is suspended. He's going to miss 5 games. And Chris Draper in Phoenix as well. He's going to miss 6 games, suspended. Wow. Wonder what happened there. Red light stays on for Jason Arnott. He had 3 goals and an assist against the Blackhawks. Pretty good game. Ooh, Curtis Joseph out with a fractured jaw. He's going to be out for 5 weeks. So should be back in time for the playoffs. With their record, it looks like the Blues are going to be in it. And Al McInnes has a memorable game. He had 4 assists against the Washington Capitals. Mark Recchi has 300 goals in his career. He had a goal and an assist against New Jersey. Alright, and now we are playing against the Florida Panthers. So we have won both meetings against them this year, 4-1 and 7-3. The Panthers are struggling. They are 15, 34, and 13. So a lot of ties. So only Tampa Bay is worse than the Panthers in the East. So that's a game we should win. We're at home. We're playing a team that's struggling. We have to win this. We need to have this game. Alright, so we are going with Guy Hebert. They are going with Van Beesbrook. Looks like we're alternating goaltenders. I'm fine with that as long as it's working. So Van Beesbrook against Hebert. Let's go Sens. Go Sens go. And we lost. 4-1. We needed to get that one. Maybe we took the Panthers a little too lightly. I don't know. Excuse me. So we outshot them 41-28. Oh wow, there was over 9,000 people in the stands. Okay. So outshot them 41-28. Oh, we gave the puck away way too much, 12-8. So that might have been part of why we lost. Mark Lawrence for Florida was the first star with 2 assists. Van Beesbrook was the second star with 40 saves. And Mats Lindgren was the third star with 2 goals. And our lone goal was scored by Alexander Degg from Mike Sillinger. So Degg seems to be doing pretty good since we made the trades. He's been scoring some goals. And he almost has 20 this year. That's pretty good. Alright, next game is going to be at home again. And this one is going to be against the Washington Capitals. Alright, so Joel Otto in Calgary is back from suspension. Sean Pronger in LA is not suspended. Wayne Gretzky has his 3,000th point in the NHL with a goal and 3 assists against the Maple Leafs. Yeah. Oh, and Gretzky's picked it up a little bit more now. He's almost a point per game. Of course, that's a little bit slower of a pace for him than it used to be, but that's still pretty good. Johan Garpenlov's suspension in Phoenix has ended. Wow, and they still have a couple players, Zamnov and Draper, I think, that are suspended there. Alright. Alright, so the Devils are doing the Team Kangaroo Court thing. It's going to be Scott Stevens that's going to be catching somebody. Alright, so Florida Panthers and New York Rangers have made a trade. So Patrick Lalime and Ivan Novoseltsev are going to the Rangers for Steve Staios and Chris Lindbergh. Interesting. Of course, Lalime played in Ottawa for a few years and was pretty good. Sadly, he's always going to be remembered for that horrible game that he allowed to Jeff Friesen of New Jersey in the playoffs. People are going to probably remember that more than all of the wins he got for us. That's sometimes unfair, but... Alright, so we are playing Washington. They're still struggling, although they have not been struggling as much as their previous couple of seasons. They're still bad, though. They are 23-36-5. We have won 2 games and lost 1 against them this year. Playing at home again. And as usual, go Sens go. They're going with Dwayne Roloson, and we're going with Guilbert. And we lost again, so we're beating the good teams and we're losing against the bad teams. Looks like that's how it's going to be. Oh wow, we outshot them 49-26. And we had over 9,000 people in the stands again. Yeah, giveaways 7-6 for us. Clark Wilm was the first star of the game for Washington. He had 3 assists. Lonnie Loach for us had 2 goals and an assist for the second star, and Murray Barron, third star with a goal. So let's see, Guerin from Lonnie Loach and Alexei Yashin. Lonnie Loach on the power play from Juice and Ewan Dyke, and Loach again on the power play from McIver and Alfredson. Chris King with the Rangers is not suspended anymore. Teemu Selanne has 600 points in his career already, and he's only 27, so Nice little carrier shaping up for Timo Solani. Oh. There you go. Chris Terreri put on waivers. Not picking him up. Red light stays on for Mario Lemieux. He had 3 goals and 2 assists against the Sabres. Pretty good game for Mario. Alright, we are facing the Rangers. They are right behind us in the standings. They only have they are only 3 points behind us. They did play 1 more game. This game is very important. We have to win this game. So playing against the Rangers at Madison Square Garden. We have a win and a tie against them this year so far. So come on, Joe Nieuwendyk, I need a big game from you. We're going with Guébert, they're going with Mike Richter. Come on, we need to win. And we won, 2-1. So the win is what matters. Shots were dead even at 37 apiece. Giveaways dead even at 3 apiece. Wow, that was a pretty even game. Robert Zvela for us had 2 assists and got the first star. Darren Turcotte for the Rangers had the second star with a goal. And Guébert, 3rd star, 36 saves. So let's see. So we have Daniel Alfredson that scored from Nieuwendyk and Zvela. And Todd Warner scored his first of the season from Zvela and Mike Sillinger. Alright. Well, I needed a win and I got it. So I'm not too upset about that. Strong night for Yanni Niinimaa, who had, he had 3 goals and an assist against the Leafs. Wow. So Niinimaa, of course, playing for the Flyers. He played for a few teams in real life in his career, but right now he's with the Flyers. Steve Sullivan, I think that's the second time that Steve Sullivan got caught stepping on the logo. I guess he's not learning his lesson. Oh, we have Andreas Dackel that's hurt. How long is he hurt for? 1 day. That's okay. Alright, oh now we have Pear Juice as well. Okay. Luc Robitaille extends his goal streak to 5. He scored 2 goals against Dallas. Thomas Sandstrom back from suspension. Alright, and Andreas Dackel might be back soon. And now we are playing the Islanders at home. So Islanders are ahead of us in the standings. They have 5 more points than us. They are 31, 27, and 7. We are 1 and 2 against the Islanders. Of course, a win here would be pretty good. All the games are important, as they say. So let's get this thing going. Alright, still going with Guébert in net. They are going with Mark Fitzpatrick. Looks like Fitzpatrick is their starter. They're not trusting Roberto Luongo too much so far. Alright, back at home. We lost 2-1. Alright. So we outshot them 27-25. Yeah, we gave the puck away 6 times. They gave it away 2 times. And we had just a little above 8,000 people in attendance. Todd Bertuzzi was the first star with a goal and an assist. Vili Peltonen with a goal was the second star. And Yui Krupp, 3rd star, a goal and an assist. So our lone goal was Vili Peltonen from Joe Nieuwendyk. Alright, Mike Modano extends his assist streak to 8 games. He had an assist against the Sharks. Dacko should be coming soon. Oh, something you don't see very often. The Bruins and the Canadiens made a trade. Craig Rivet and Timo Utila are going to Boston for Tim Sweeney and Ben Clymer. Yeah, I'd say Boston got the best of that. Not that I think that Craig Rivet was an awesome defenseman. He was a decent complement to a guy like Andrei Markov. But yeah, that's not a gigantic trade or anything. So the trade deadline is nearby. We are 5 days away on the. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let it play out. I already made some trades. Alright, we are playing our next game against Vancouver. Oh, we get a trade proposal from the Penguins. So Alexei Zabnov is back from suspension, Andreas Dackel is not hurt anymore, and the Penguins are offering us Scott Fankhauser for Yanni Horme. I'm going to reject that. I don't care for either goaltenders. So. Alright, so the Canucks, so we lost in Vancouver 2-1. And the Canucks are 41, 22, and 6. So they have a really good season. Us, we're kind of hovering between, 8th and 7th and too close to 9th for my own good or comfort. And I've said it often, but we need a win. Oh, Ron Extall is going to play against us, and he's coming to try to haunt us, huh? And we are going with Guébert. So let's see if we can light up our former goaltender. And we lost 2-1. So Ron Extall with a great performance against his former team, and that's coming to hurt us. Vancouver outshot us 39-37. We had 6 giveaways, they had 5. We had close to 9,000 people in attendance. Jeff Courtnall was the first star with 2 assists. Guébert for us, second star with 37 saves. And Daniel Alfredson, third star. He scored our lone goal. So Alfredson from Nieuwendyk and Peltonen was the goal scorer. 11 seconds into the game, and that was it. That hurts. At least the Rangers are still 3 points behind. I'd like to not finish 8th, though, if I can help it. Mike Modano's assist streak ended at 8 games. Was held scoreless against Carolina. Alright, playing our next game against Anaheim. Again, that's a game that we can't really afford to lose. The Rangers just played and they lost. Who did us a favor? The Red Wings did us a favor. They beat them 4-0. Alright, Luc Robitaille extends his goal streak to 6 games with a goal against Phoenix. Chris Draper is back from suspension. Carl Dykhouse in Florida is suspended. He's going to miss 7 games. We are playing the Mighty Ducks. We lost in Anaheim 4-1 at the start of the season. Our American Western trip was like the second week of the season or something like that, so it's been a while since we played Anaheim. They are 21, 37, and 11, so they are not doing too good. We need this win, we really do. Alright, we're going to try with Kirk McLean. They're going to go with Steve Passmore, who played 1 game and won it, and apparently played really well because he has a .972 save percentage, so he is due to go down. Or not. We lost 5-4. God. I made all of those trades, and we can't win. Alright, they outshot us 32-27. Giveaways 8 apiece. Paul Carrier was the first star. He had a hat trick, 3 goals and an assist. Alfredson was the second star with 2 assists, and Steve Ruchin was the third star with 2 assists. So we took a 4-0 lead in this game, and then we just dumped in the shovel and let them come back and win. Alright, so Degg scored his 20th on the power play from Matt Cullen and Alfredson. Then Nieuwendyk from Amerlik and Alfredson. Nieuwendyk again from Peltonen. And then Sillinger from Todd Warner. And then Anaheim scored 5 goals. That's not good. Yeah, we know that Kyria had a strong game. It happened against us. We could have done without. Oh, we're playing the Rangers again. We cannot drop that one. Thankfully, they just lost to Philadelphia, so they keep losing too. I guess that's the silver lining. Dave Gagne helped the front move. He's hurt. 2 weeks, bad back. We know the drill. We have a trade proposal from the San Jose Sharks. They are offering us Vlastimil Krupa for Steve Washburn. Two players that are probably not going to play in the NHL, so why not? There you go. Maybe it's going to increase our relations with San Jose so that I can, you know, trade for Patrick Marleau or something. All right. Oh, Antti Tormanen is on waivers. I am not going to pick him up. Looks like there's been a few trades at the trade deadline. So Luke Robitaille extends his goal streak to 7 games with 2 goals against the Sharks. Per Juice might be coming back soon. Brett Hedican in Montreal donates time and money to cancer research. You are a better man. Congratulations. Oh, wow. Montreal and San Jose made a trade. So Peter Popovich and Jason Ward are going to San Jose for Mike Radji and Glenn Healy. I would say that Montreal is getting the better player. Radji is an okay defenseman. Toronto and Philadelphia agree to a deal. So, that's an interesting one. So Toronto traded Grant Fuhr, so they've been holding on to Grant Fuhr as their starter since I started the game. So they traded Grant Fuhr and Nikolai Borchevsky to Philly for Vinny Proshpol. So Proshpol not traded to the Sens in this universe, traded to soon-to-be arch rivals Toronto Maple Leafs. Interesting. Then Toronto also made another trade with Florida this time. They traded Dave Ellett to the Panthers for Peter Klima. So just trading some vets around. Alright, and then a trade between the Blackhawks and the Stars. Derek Armstrong and Jeff Paul are going to Dallas for Jeff Norton and Ryan Christie. Not a overly great trade. Oh, that's a little bit more of importance, the next trade. So Tom Chorsky goes to the Blackhawks for Steve Larmer and Brent Sutter. So the Devils are loading up on some more veteran presence for the playoffs. So Steve Larmer was always a pretty decent player. Interesting. So there's been a few interesting trades. Nothing, you know, groundbreaking, but definitely a few. I mean, Prospal in Toronto is very interesting. And the Devils trade kind of makes sense to me because they're, you know, second in the East, so they're gearing up for the playoffs, and they only had to give up Tom Chorsky. They didn't have to give up a prospect. So that's kind of good, I think. All right, we are in 8th position. There's 3 games left in March, and we need a win because the team that's right behind us in the standings is hosting us at Madison Square Garden. So we are 2 wins, no losses, and a tie against the Rangers, and we need a win. I say that a lot. If we were first, I wouldn't say that every game. Alright, so Guilbert in net for us, Mike Richter for them. And we lost 5-2, so the Rangers are 1 point behind us in the standings. We outshot them 40-28, so we've been outshooting a lot of those games we lost, so we're outplaying them, but we're like not putting the puck in the net or something. Brian Leach was the first star of the game with 4 assists. Wow. Sergei Zubov was the second star with a goal and an assist, and Mike Richter was lights out, 38 saves, 3rd star. So our 2 goals were scored by Degg from Sillinger and Yashin from Todd Warner and Bill Guerin. Yes, we know that Leach had a tremendous game. That happened against us. Seems to be happening against us quite a bit lately. Mikhail Pivanka in Washington is suspended. He's going to miss the next game. Maybe I should have tried to repeat history and get Tom Barrasso instead of Kirk McLean. Not that it matters because it's mostly Guilbert that's been playing. But maybe I needed to make history repeat itself. Chris Dahlquist in Carolina is suspended. That's not the first time, so this time he's going to miss 7 games. Pivanka's already back. Peter Klima is not suspended in Toronto. They just acquired him. Dave Manson not suspended in Dallas. Jean Perron might lose his coaching gig in Tampa Bay. They are horrible. Matthias Olun is not suspended in Vancouver. And Per Juice is finally not injured anymore. Or he is, but he can play. We are playing the Blackhawks in Chicago. They beat us at home 2-0 earlier in the season, so we are 0-1 against them. Blackhawks are struggling a little bit. They are 24, 39, and 8, and we need to win because if you look on the right, we are now outside of a playoff spot with 12 games to go. 1 point behind the Rangers. The Rangers did play 2 more games, though. We cannot afford to lose anymore. We need to pay the referees and injure the opposition star players. We lost again, 4-2. We might miss the playoffs. Oh, that would be bad. I'm supposed to be doing this so that I can do better than the Sens did in real life, and I'm running them into the ground. Alright, so Chicago outshot us 37-27. Ken Sutton was the first star of the game with a goal and an assist. Thomas Holmstrom was the second star with a goal, and Jeremy Roenick was the 3rd star with a goal and an assist. So Joe Nieuwendyk scored on the power play from Norm McCavern, Matt Cullen, and Thomas Holmstrom from Roman Amerlik. This hurts because again that was a game against a team that's lower than us in the standings. We needed that win and we didn't get it. Alright. And Per Juice is not injured at all anymore. So he might actually play. Maybe we need him. Maybe that's why we lost so much. So next game is the last one of the month. We are playing in Pittsburgh. Mike McPhee has played in 1,000 games. So congratulations to Mike McPhee, 37 years old. You probably won't get to 2,000, buddy. All right, so we're playing Pittsburgh. We are 2-1 against them so far this year. So we've played them pretty good. They played yesterday and they beat the Rangers, so they did us a favor. Now they can do us another favor by losing this game again against us and allowing us to leapfrog the Rangers. Come on. Kirk McLean against Petas Kudra. Come on, guys. We need a win. And we lost 4-3. So April is going to be do or die. Pittsburgh outshot us 43-30. Mario Lemieux was the first star. He had a goal and an assist. Alfredson, second star, a goal and an assist as well. And Richard Park, 2 assists, was the third star. Robert Zvella scored from Dackel and Jamie Baker. Alfredson from Peltonen and Nieuwendyk. And Nieuwendyk scored from Alfredson and Zardy Zalewski, but it was too little too late, and we lost 4-3. And in that game, Jaromir Jagr scored his 400th goal of his career. I almost said of his season. Alright, so he had a goal and an assist against us. So we started the month really well, and then then the wheels fell off the wagon. So yeah. So we're gonna finish the month, and then we're gonna look at the usual stuff. Claude Lapointe is suspended in Colorado. He's gonna miss 5 games. Alright, that's good. Nieuwendyk is not losing any. Nieuwendyk is not losing any ability here, so that's pretty good. Alright, shenanigans may cost New Jersey players, so Peter Sikora and Sami Kapanen. Oh, didn't we see that earlier in the season? Looks like they're still doing pranks. And Chris Osgood and Mike Modano are the players of the month in the NHL. So we are going to go ahead and save this. Not that I want to. I think we did poorly, so... Alright, so the situation is that we are 9th in the East, 1 point being behind the Rangers. We do have 2 games on hand, so looks like we have a lot of home game, almost half and half in in April. Couple of very important games there. We play Buffalo 3 times. Buffalo is only 1 point behind us, so those games are going to be extremely important. We are going to need to win those games. And that's pretty much where we're at. Let's take a look in the West, see if things changed over there. So Detroit, Vancouver, Colorado. Phoenix dropped a little bit. San Jose is doing really good. So San Jose have turned things around and are a playoff team now. The Kings, the Blues, and Calgary. So, yep. Alright, so if we look at our stats, so now we have, Joe Nieuwendyk. He's 78 points in 67 games. Of course, the bulk of them were obtained with Calgary. Yashin, maybe as a result of being now the second line center, now has 65 points in 70 games, so he's not a point per game anymore. Alfredson, 48 points in 71 games. McCaver has 40 points, and then it starts to dwindle down after that. Daigle did score quite a few goals this month. He now has 21, so that's pretty interesting on that front. All right, and now in the league, Pavel Bure now has 50 goals on the season, so we officially have at least one 50-goal scorer, and I would say that Luke Robitaille is probably going to get there too. For the others, it really depends how good they're going to play in April. Yzerman, 65 assists, is the best passer. So we have Yzerman with 108 points and Selani with 100 points. Kozlov has 99, Jagger 95, Pavel Bure 92, and after that it starts to dip a little. So again, we're going to need all hands on deck if we want to win this, if we want to make the playoffs. So we are going to need a good month. I cannot use the injury excuse again. It doesn't apply this year. We really were spared in that regard. So we only have ourselves to blame. And maybe I didn't hire the right coach. Roger Nielsen looked like a pretty good candidate on paper, but looks like our defensive play has taken a drop. And I'm not sure if it's the personnel or if it's the coaches and the tactics. I'm not sure. All things I'm going to need to evaluate in due time. So that was a lot of talking. Sorry if the video is a little long. The trading at the start made it a little bit longer than it had to be, so I apologize for that. But we did get an actual impact player, so now it's up to us to see if we can push for a real playoff spot this year. Alright, so, well, thank you for tuning in, and if you've liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. That's always appreciated, and until I roll this game again, see you guys next time. Thank you.